Hi there. So we're going to work on the February task list now. So I decided to go with pink for February since it's the month of Valentine's Day, and I want it to be really pretty and lacy. And so I'm working on the cover page, and I'm just adding the paper to the full page, and it's going to be a double page spread. So here I'm deciding whether or not I want to continue with the glue. I don't like the way it's really curling up the pages, and of course I get this all crooked, but I don't have any tape runners right now, and I think that would be the better way to go if I wasn't going to use the glue. But I did discover later on that if I burnished not just the page I'm working on, but the one underneath it, it did help a lot with the way it curled. But this page I wasn't really happy with the way it curled because I used so much glue. So I'm going to take my sticker paper, I just have a full sheet here, and we're going to stamp the February month onto the sticker paper with the Tim Holtz Distress Oxide coral. It's something coral, I can't remember what it was called. But we're going to use that to stamp the February, and I'm just going to do on the sticker paper first, cut it out, and then add it to the page. I like using the sticker paper because that makes it really easy to attach it to it rather than onto a regular piece of paper. I'm going to go grab some clamps to hold it down because it's curling up a little bit too much, and hopefully when the book is closed it'll also press it down some and not be totally annoying every time I want to turn the pages. So I'm going to add this paper doily to the center of the layout just to kind of cover up some of that gap. Once again, I'm grabbing my laminated sheet so that I can apply the glue to the doily without getting glue on any of the surfaces of my workspace. And I'll just burnish it down. So I'm grabbing my February thing, and I decide that it's a little bit too plain if I just leave it blank like that. So I'm grabbing a piece of some cards or some of the pattern paper to give it a little bit of a matte. So I found this green. I thought it would look nice with the paper. And then I'm just going to grab some stickers to go with this. I thought it would be nice to add a little bit something. So I'm just, before I stick the February down, I want to make sure I've got the spacing right. So I thought this clock was pretty cool, but some of these other ones, I think they were pulling a little bit too much orange, which there is orange in the paper, but I'm trying to focus more on the pink. And now we'll attach the month to the paper. And then this sticker, I just wanted it to overlap the month. And for some reason I couldn't get the sticker off the backing. So making sure that the 12 is at the top. And yeah, I think I like that so far. I might come back and add some more to it, but we'll get on to the next page. So I have my clamps down, and I'm going to continue to use that same paper. This is the leftover piece, and I'm just going to cut it in half. And then I'm going to tear the edges, and we're going to glue them to the sides of the page. And we're going to start our first daily task boxes on this layout right here. So we'll just use my laminated sheet to adhere the glue onto the paper. and trim off any excess. It's always easier to do it from the other side where you can see where it's overhanging. And then we'll do the other side. And for some reason my glue was drying way too fast here, so I had to keep reapplying it. Didn't quite get all the glue on, but so I'm going to draw in the boxes, and eventually I'll make a template so that I don't have to count all the spaces, but right now I'm just counting how many bullets there are on the length of the page so that I can divide it up into 3. So I discovered that it was probably 10 would be a good number to have each box be 10 by whatever width that the paper was, or that there was room on the paper. So I did eventually make templates, so for next month I will definitely have the templates. So I'm just using a Zig pen to put in the boxes. And this is a very old pen. I was actually surprised that it still worked, so yay Zig for making a good pen. It's probably got to be at least 5 years, and I haven't used it very often. And then I'm taking these stamps, but I didn't know what they would look like when I stamped them, so I was kind of disappointed in the way they looked. They were a very tiny font, but they were hollowed out, so using this distress oxide ink, it all just kind of blurred together, so I really didn't like that. So I figured I'd try the black and see if that made a difference. And it didn't. It did the same thing. So I don't know if using a dye ink would have been better. So here I am trying to do just the black, and no, I didn't like the way that worked. So that was kind of unfortunate that I couldn't use those stamps. Maybe I'll try another time with some dye ink instead of these craft inks. And so I just decided I was gonna write with the pen all the days of the week. And I don't mind it, but I think what I'll actually do is I'll actually make some stickers for the future. I have all the tools to make the stickers. I have a silhouette machine and sticker paper and stuff, so there's no reason why I can't just make myself some days of the week stickers. And so here I'm adding more of these PET flower stickers. A little bit orange, but that's okay. It does add a little bit of color instead of just having it all be pink. And then I'm taking the smaller doilies and just cutting them in half for the decoration on this page. And this wasn't the best way to cut this because the blade just wanted to hook on the very delicate sides of the doily, so I did rip it a little bit. But we'll add it to the bottom corner here, and then we'll add this one to the center of the other page. It kind of goes along with the doily prints that are on the paper, so I thought that was kind of cool that it matched. And I'll just ignore the torn corners of the doilies on each side. So. And here I'm adding some of those butterfly stickers that I had made, and decided it needed a little bit more, so I have this Tim Holtz washi tape that no longer sticks, so I had to add glue to it, and thankfully the butterflies hadn't fully adhered to the doily, so I could slip it underneath. And we'll do the same for the other side. I just thought that added just a little bit more to the page. And I don't mind that it's overlapping onto the task box. And then I'll just add some of this candy stripe washi to the edges, just to add a little bit of color on this side. And now onto this page. I do have some written. This is where my January was supposed to start in my overall plan, but because January just got away on me, I just figured I would start with February and get that out of the way, and just continue with the year. So I'm using this paper. I wasn't happy with how yellow this paper was in the end. Like, it contrasted with the white paper just a little bit too much. So I didn't really like the way that looked. But we tried to make it work in the end. So, and again, I tear the edges. I want each page to look a little bit different, but I think I'm going to probably carry out the themes every month, like kind of have the same layouts, just to make it easier on myself for the creative process, since this is a new experience for me and I don't want to overwhelm myself too much with trying to think up a totally brand new page for every month. And so I'm only doing 4 task boxes here, just because of the way February has 29 days, and I wanted to even out the boxes so that I wasn't stuck with just like one box on a page at the end of the month. So I kind of figured I would do it this way. And I'll go back and erase all the writing that I have on here. And I'm adding little note boxes to this page because I figured it would be kind of nice to have some little note boxes, just for like if I want to remember something special about that week or the week before or whatever, I can just write it in this box. It's not a very big space for notes, but I thought it would be nice to have just something like, or if there was like a little saying or something that I wanted to remember, I could write it in these boxes. So now, to try and tone down the yellowness of the paper, I'm trying to add more pink to it to see if that maybe would help. I think it did to a little extent, but the washi tape is fairly transparent, so it didn't add like a bold splash of color. So I think in the future, when I go to buy some more washi tape, I'll try and find some more that are just a little bit more opaque in color. And so here I'm using these PET stickers, which I am really loving. And although you can't see them that well, they do add a little bit of more pinks to the page. And I do have this one that's a little bit on the yellow side, so I'm using it to kind of soften up the harsh edge of the paper on that side. And I'll do the same to the top. I don't know if it actually shows up as so orange in the book in real life, and that the video is just making a little bit more orange than what it actually is. And here I am finding out that not all of the flowers are cut out, so so I'm just using some of the pre-cut ones, and here I put it on the wrong place and I did end up tearing the paper a little bit, so I end up going back and gluing the paper back down. Alright, for this page I am actually not using the pattern paper this time, so I'm just gonna add some of these doilies that I cut into quarters, and we're just gonna decorate the sides, or the, the corners. And then I'm going to draw my boxes in before I add any decoration, but I know I want to have the washi tape at the bottom, or on the top and bottom where the doilies are, so I'm just kind of making sure that there's some space at the top of the page and at the bottom of the page where the doilies are. And I accidentally went over the line there. And I did outline the doily. I don't know if I really like that look, but here I'm starting at the top of the page and working my way down so that I can leave a space at the bottom for washi tape. I wanted to make sure that I had all my days written in before I did any decorating, just so that I knew where to put the washi tape and not have no place to write the days of the week. So I'm using this pink again. And this is where I realized I need to erase before I put down, so. And then we're going to use this candy stripe one again. And some more of these PET stickers. I'm really liking that I'm getting use out of them. So many times I buy something and I just stick it in my stash and then forget that I have it and stuff, but it feels good to actually use my stash, which is why I bought it, and there's no reason why I shouldn't use it. And I think I'm getting over my fear of using something, even if I don't like the project in the end, that still go ahead and use it. But I am liking the way this page turned out. I'm going to use some more of the little flowers. But I decided, since this layout has Valentine's Day on it, I was going to add a little bit of something to that day. So I decided to take some of the thin washi tape and outline the edges of the box. And this washi has quite a bit of gold foil in it, so it's looking kind of muddy on camera here, but it does look really nice in person. And so I'm just going to add these little flowers to the corners, just to give the day a little bit of a special look. And I might do that for all the holidays, the special holidays. Just fixing up my mistakes there. And the doilies also look very yellow on this page, but they're not. They're not that yellow. Alright, so this page I am going to go in and use some scraps that I had left over from the paper pack. I really like this paper. And we're just going to glue them onto the sides, very similar to what I did on the other page. And this is where I realized that if I burnish the other side of the page, it won't warp quite as bad. So if it really does work, then I may continue with the glue stick. Well, I have to wait till I can buy more tape runner anyways. I stopped using tape runners a while ago, so I haven't bought them for quite a few years already, because I found that they, like for scrapbooking, they weren't holding the pictures on. So I figured with the journal, I mean, it might be okay to use it again. And I'm using this border washi tape. I thought that was really pretty. It really went with the paper well. The green part of it I didn't really like that much, so I'm gonna put some pink washi over it, but this one was a little bit too plain, so I look for a little bit of a darker one, or not plain but transparent, so I'm seeing if a darker one would maybe help. And I think it worked pretty good. So now when I put in the boxes, I'm not going to do the one side. I'm just going to let the border of the washi be the edge of the box. And both pages are going to be exactly the same, so I only need to make a few marks and just carry it through each side. And I'm just drawing right up to the washi tape so that it serves as the edge of the box. So this page, I'm just gonna decide what papers I want to use. I did grab this one, but then I remembered that I didn't like how yellow that one was, so I'm just gonna look through the scraps and find some other papers. So I found this piece of scrap, these chairs. So I'm gonna do one similar to the other one, where I have the paper on the bottom and the top of the opposing pages, but I'm going to do it the opposite as this one. And I did not realize that my chairs are upside down, but oh well, we're gonna cover them up, so hopefully you won't notice them too much. And this is just my personal journal anyway, so I can live with my mistakes. This time I'm making sure that the chairs are upright. And then I'm grabbing some more of these PET stickers, and I'm just going to cut them in half lengthwise and use them as a border. Didn't quite reach the edge, so I'll go back in and add some smaller flowers to finish it off. And here I ended up putting it a little bit lower than I wanted to, and there was no bringing this back up, so I will use something to fix it so you don't see that they're uneven edges. So here I'm just cutting out some more of those tiny flowers. I really wish that they were pre-cut, but I thought that they really did help with fixing the gap. So I'm taking the candy stripe washi tape and just adding that border just to kind of even out the edge so it doesn't quite look so so wonky. And then we're gonna take some more of these doilies, and I'm just gonna cut this one in half, the small doily, and we're gonna just add them to the corners. And then I'll grab some washi tape. I'm going to take this kind of off-white one just because you can see it a little better if it's off-white against the white doily. And then some more of the thin washi, which doesn't want to stick. So we'll see in the end if the washi tape actually sticks. So I'm just taking some more of the butterflies and adding them to the doilies there, just to add a little bit of decoration. And then we'll add our boxes. So I'm only doing 4 boxes on this one because there's only 7 more days left of the month, and I figure I can work out 3 on the next page, because I didn't want to have one page left to try and figure out what to do with if it didn't have dates on it. And I went a little over the edge there. Thank goodness for whiteout, eh? I think with the templates it'll help quite a bit. So I made templates of all the boxes that I used in this month. So in this page I decided to use the same paper as the title page, and I just tore the corners and glued those down onto the sides. Again, burnishing both sides of the paper to help it not curl so much while it's still wet. It seems to have been working really good that way. So and this is the last month, or this last days of this month, so I only need 3 boxes, and I thought I would do something a little bit different and kind of stagger them across the 2 pages. So here I'm just going to add the doilies and then some stickers, and of course I didn't glue all of the doily edges. I'm just going to grab some more of these stickers, and I'm kind of doing more of the orangey ones to kind of balance out the oranges in the floral paper. And my page was starting to curl again, so I just went over it again with the little ruler thing to burnish it a little bit more. And there we have it. So we're just going to walk through the rest of the things. So here we have our cover page. And I haven't done anything with this one yet, but here is the February title page. And let me know in the comments which page is your favorite. I think this one was mine. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.